Hello all, I, Dr. Pooja Singh, Assistant Professor from the Faculty of Fashion and Design. I welcome you all on the SGT University digital platform of e-learning. So, in today's lecture, you'll learn about computerized fabric cutting machines. Firstly, I'll cover the basic functioning of computerized fabric cutting machine, and then I'll give the brief introduction about the various types of computerized fabric cutting machines. After that, the detailed functioning of laser cutting machines. A complete garment is comprised of various components which are cut manually as well as mechanically. Manual process, as you all know, is comprised of lot of skill, lot of precision, and there are the chances of errors. So, to minimize the errors, computerized fabric cutting machines came into existence, which require definitely the less time. So, in today's session, I'll cover the basic functioning of computerized fabric cutting machines step by step. Firstly, an operator spreads the fabric layers on a conveyorized cutting table and get it placed in such a manner that the edges will not hinder the cutting process. After layering, the commands were fed on the computer with proper layout, or you can say marker plan, to utilize the fabric in a more efficient manner and thus minimize the wastage. Now you can see the working of computerized fabric cutting machine, in which the cutting process is carried out by a circular blade which runs along the surface of fabric according to the set commands which are previously fed on the computer. When fabric cutting command is given through computer, the cutting knife starts lay cutting from a reference point starting in the computer memory of the marker. Notch point is made by the same cutting knife. As the cutting proceeds, the vacuum pressure may drop into the lay. To avoid the reduced vacuum pressure problem, another polythene sheet roll may be used to cover the cut portion of the lay, and in this way, cutting process takes place. Now, the cut garment panels are sorted and bundled along with labeling of garment components is done for identification during the stitching process. After getting familiar with the functioning of computerized fabric cutting machine, we will now proceed towards the types of computerized cutting machines. So, first is computer controlled knife cutting machines. Cutting knife is oval shaped and very hard. Blade is made up of stainless steel. Cutting knife itself moves according to the direction of computer memory. These machines provide the most accurate possible cutting at high speed. Next is laser cutting machines. In this method, fabric is cut by a ray of light in a very fine spot using a laser. Radius of spot of light is 0.25 mm and highly powerful. When the rays fall on the material, it generates heat on the material and cutting is done by vaporization. Fabric is cut at a speed of 13 meters per minute. Cutting head is controlled by computer. Next is rib cutting machine. These are specialized machines used to cut rib or rolls of strips from knitted tubular fabrics. Knit garment industry uses this machine widely. And the last is plasma torch cutting machine. Plasma cutting was originally developed to satisfy our demand for high quality cutting. In this system, fabrics are cut by a thin through the nozzle which is made by argon gas. Till now, you see the various types of computerized fabric cutting machines. From all these machines, laser cutting machines are most widely used due to their multi-purpose uses like sandblasting, engraving. So, let us proceed with the functioning of laser cutting machines. In this machine, the process works by having a focused and precise laser beam run through the material that you are looking to cut, delivering an accurate and smooth finish. Initially, the beam pierces the material with a hole at the edge, and then the beam is continued along from there. The laser essentially melts the material away that it is run over, so is more like melting than cutting. You can control the beam intensity, length and heat output depending on the material you are working with, and can also use a mirror or special lens to further focus the laser beam. Laser cutting is a highly accurate process thanks to this high level of control. Laser machines are also used for drilling. Like in this video, you can see that this process involves the creation of designs through holes in a material, or you can say the dents. These dents and holes are essentially cuts the unwanted parts with the help of laser light according to the desired design. Now we will see how the engraving is done by a laser machine. In this video, you can see the laser engraving, that is the process of removing a portion of material to leave an engraved mark which is visible beneath. The engraving process is produced by a laser beam removing material to create a mark where the laser acts like a chisel and blows away the selected areas of the subject material. It is a subset process of laser making where the object is actually marked beneath the surface and is the most common of all the laser making applications. The depth of the engraving made will depend on the dwell time as well as the type of material being used. Sandblasted jeans are always in fashion. Therefore, laser machines had replaced the sandblasting with their blasting technique. So let's see how the denims are blasted. To create the blasting effect on denims, first of all, the commands are set on the computer according to the desired design, as you can see on the screen, and later on the denims are directly spread on the blasting machine and move forward through the conveyor table. At set location, the heat is passed from below, thus creating blasting effect on denims. In this way, bundle of denims get blasted effect in a very short time. Now, have a look on various apparels as well as the accessories which are prepared by the laser cutting machines. Let's see a fashion show in which a fashion designer has used laser cut technology in his collection. In this fashion show, you all see a complete collection made by the designer with the help of fabric cutting machines, that is the laser cutting machines, so beautifully and so conspicuously. So I hope that today's session has cleared all your doubts regarding the computerized fabric cutting machines. In the next lectures, I'll cover more relevant topics. So stay connected and thank you so much for today's session.